Breaking illegal who murdered Kate Steinle in cold blood walks free and now all hell has broken loose. Unfortunately for beautiful Kate Steinle, she was murdered in the liberal sanctuary city of San Francisco, California by an illegal alien the cesspool is desperate to protect. In a shocking verdict, the judge on the case sent Garcia Zarate, a 45-year-old Mexican citizen, free, proving he puts more value on the life of a murderous illegal alien than he does the dead victim who didn't get a second chance. The illegal is a free man after being acquitted of murder and now all hell has broken loose. It's official that we live in a world now where a man can walk up to a woman in broad daylight, shoot and kill her in front of the victim's father, and walk away to live the life that he took from this woman. This was a clear case of murder on top of the fact that he was already committing a crime by being in this country illegally, but was sent back out to roam free in the U.S. despite both these facts, and that he was on track for a sixth deportation after serving 46 months in prison for felony re-entry into the country. SFGate reports on the details of this disgusting decision and why the judge felt worse for the illegal than he did for Steinle, a homeless man whose undocumented immigration status intensified a national debate over the ethics of sanctuary laws. Was acquitted of murder and manslaughter charges Thursday in the shooting of Kate Steinle as she strolled with her father on Pier 14 to take in a view of San Francisco Bay. In returning its verdict on the sixth day of deliberations, the San Francisco Superior Court jury found Jose Inés Garcia Zarate guilty of a single lesser charge of being a felon in possession of a gun. He will be sentenced at a later date. Garcia Zarate, a 45-year-old Mexican citizen who was released from San Francisco jail before the killing despite a federal request that he be held for his sixth deportation, was charged with murder, and prosecutors gave the jury the option of convicting him of first-degree murder, second-degree murder or involuntary manslaughter. Take particular note of this judge's name and decide for yourself if his origin had anything to do with this asinine choice to send Zarate free. Steinle and her surviving loved ones didn't stand a chance of justice in this obviously biased courtroom. San Francisco prosecutors told the Superior Court jury that Garcia Zarate intentionally brought the gun to the pier that day with the intent of doing harm, aimed the gun towards Steinle and pulled the trigger. Assistant District Attorney Diana Garcia spent much of the trial seeking to prove the gun that killed Steinle couldn't have fired without a firm pull of the trigger, while establishing that Garcia Zarate tossed the weapon into the bay before fleeing the scene, an implication of his guilt, she said. Defense lawyers said the shooting was an accident that happened when Garcia Zarate, who had a history of drug crimes but no record of violence, found the gun wrapped in a t-shirt or cloth under his seat on the pier just seconds before it discharged in his hands. Matt Gonzalez of the Public Defender's Office said his client had never handled a gun and was scared by the noise, prompting him to fling the weapon into the bay, where a diver fished it out a day later. During the trial, jurors watched video from Garcia Zarate's 4-hour police interrogation, in which he offered varying statements about his actions on the pier. At one point he said he had aimed at a sea animal, and at another point, he said the gun had been under a rag that lay on the ground near the waterfront, and that it fired when he stepped on it. Gonzalez said it was clear in the video that Garcia Zarate, who has spent much of his adult life behind bars, was living on the street before the shooting, and has a second-grade education, did not fully understand what the officers were asking him through an officer's Spanish translation. Of all of the deplorable excuses used to exonerate this killer, his lack of understanding police since English isn't his first language is by far the sickest, since he was here illegally, which was used to his advantage in being acquitted.